The land of Egypt speaks to us from across thousands of years. Its voice is carried on the desert wind, whispering tales of incredible power, whispering deep mystery, whispering of a civilization that touched the heavens. When we think of ancient Egypt, we often picture the golden mask of Tutankhamun, the silent, watchful gaze of the Great Sphinx. These are more than just old objects or statues, they are keys. This ancient world was built on a scale that is hard for us to imagine. It was a kingdom of gods, pharaohs, and ordinary people. They lived their lives by the rhythm of the Great Nile River. We have spent centuries studying their temples, deciphering their hieroglyphs, and exploring their tombs. Yet, for all our discoveries, ancient Egypt still holds many of its most profound truths close, hidden just beyond our reach. The fascination with this lost world is universal. It draws in archaeologists, historians, and dreamers alike. Because the story of ancient Egypt is the story of human ambition at its most grand. We look at the pyramids, and we don't just see stone, we see the incredible strength of human will. As we journey back in time, we will walk in the shadow of the Great Pyramids. The story of ancient Egypt is a grand adventure, and it is one that is far from over. The pyramids of Giza are the last surviving wonders of the ancient world. For over 4,500 years, they have defied time, sandstorms, and the endless questions of humanity. The biggest question of all is also the simplest. How did they do it? The Great Pyramid of Khufu is made of more than 2 million stone blocks. Some of these blocks weigh as much as several elephants. Many theories try to explain this incredible feat. They may have built long, straight ramps or ramps that spiraled around the pyramid. Others suggest they were clever with water, using buoyancy to help lift the heavy stones. The debate continues because the Egyptians left us no clear records. They did not write down their construction manual. Beyond the construction, the pyramids hold other secrets within their stone walls. But their design is too specific, too perfect. Certain shafts point directly toward constellations like Orion, suggesting the pyramids were cosmic engines. Today, scientists use new technology to peer inside the pyramids without moving a single stone. They use cosmic ray scanning to detect hidden chambers sealed for millennia. These scans have revealed potential voids, hinting that the pyramids have not yet given up all their secrets. Each new discovery raises more questions than it answers. These structures are not just monuments to the dead, they are a timeless puzzle, a challenge left for us by a civilization that seemed to understand the universe in ways we are still trying to grasp. To understand ancient Egypt, one must understand the pharaoh. The pharaoh was not just a king or emperor, he was seen as a god on earth. He was the living embodiment of the god Horus and, upon death, would become Osiris, god of the underworld. This divine status gave the pharaoh absolute power over the land and its people. His word was law. The entire country was his personal property, and all its resources were his to command. This immense authority made the construction of pyramids and grand temples possible. The people worked for their god, their king. The life of a pharaoh was a grand performance of power and ritual. They were the chief priest of every temple, commander-in-chief of the army, and the ultimate judge. Their duty was to maintain Ma'at, divine order of the universe, a concept of truth, balance, and justice. If the Nile flooded properly and harvests were good, it was because the pharaoh was pleasing the gods. If there was famine or disaster, it was a sign that divine order was disturbed and the pharaoh's position could be at risk. The tombs of the pharaohs show us how much they were revered. These were eternal palaces for the afterlife, filled with everything the pharaoh would need to live as a god forever. Chariots, jewelry, fine clothing, food, wine, and even board games. The famous tomb of Tutankhamun gave us a breathtaking glimpse into this world. The fascination with pharaohs like Akhenaten, who tried to change religion, or Hatshepsut, a powerful female pharaoh, continues today. Their stories are filled with drama, ambition, and power that feel larger than life. They show us a world where the line between human and divine was beautifully and honestly kind of terrifyingly blurred. The achievements of ancient Egyptians suggest they possessed deep knowledge that rivaled our own. Think of their medicine. We have ancient papyrus scrolls, medical textbooks describing surgical procedures, setting broken bones, remedies for illnesses. They had sophisticated understanding of the human body, partly from mummification. They could identify organs and their functions, something European doctors did not grasp for centuries. Their mastery of mathematics and astronomy was astonishing. You cannot build a pyramid perfectly aligned with the stars without advanced geometry. They developed a 365-day calendar based on the sun's movements and the star Sirius. They used math for building, calculating taxes, measuring land after Nile floods, and recording time. This knowledge was practical and sacred, linking Earth to the heavens. What have we forgotten? Some say their knowledge went further. Did priests harness subtle forces, understand acoustics, use sound for incredible feats? The Dendera light carving looks like a giant light bulb, leading some to claim they mastered electricity. Mainstream archaeologists disagree, but the mysteries fuel our fascination. The loss of this knowledge happened over centuries. Egypt was conquered by empires, and old religions gave way to new ones. The burning of the Library of Alexandria was catastrophic, countless scrolls and wisdom lost. We're left with fragments, a medical text here, an astronomical alignment there. Piecing this puzzle is a major goal of modern Egyptology, a reminder that progress isn't always a straight line. Great knowledge can vanish, waiting to be rediscovered. So why, after thousands of years, does ancient Egypt still hold such a powerful grip on our imagination? The answer lies in its profound sense of mystery and connection to the greatest questions of human existence. We live in a modern world driven by science and technology, a world that often feels like it has an answer for everything. But when we look at the pyramids, we are faced with a puzzle that our science still struggles to solve completely. Egypt reminds us that there are still great unknowns, that the past can be just as wondrous and enigmatic as the future. The civilization of the Pharaohs speaks to our deep human desire for meaning and eternity. In our own lives, we search for purpose. We wonder what happens after we die. The ancient Egyptians confronted these questions head-on. They built a civilization around the idea of the afterlife. Their art, their religion, their incredible monuments were all part of a grand plan to defeat death and live forever among the gods. This bold quest for immortality is inspiring and deeply relatable. It touches a fundamental part of what it means to be human. Furthermore, the aesthetic of ancient Egypt is simply timeless. The clean lines of a pyramid, elegant tomb paintings, intricate hieroglyphs, it all has powerful visual appeal that has influenced art, architecture, and fashion. Ultimately, ancient Egypt endures because its story is not finished. Every year, archaeologists unearth new tombs, decipher new texts, and develop new theories. The sands of Egypt are still revealing their secrets piece by piece, as long as the pyramids stand and the Sphinx keeps watch. The world will continue to look to Egypt in wonder, searching for answers about who they were, and perhaps about who we are.